the mystique of being from the Central America, and I think maybe somebody putting a collection together by die varieties might like that aspect of it.
So you're saying that the provenance of these coins might make them even more desirable than the other die variety version.
I would think so.
Okay, that's a possibility. See, I didn't think about it that way. I actually put it in there, if you owned one, would you be unhappy about this discovery? And the give and take on that is there's a lot of publicity about this because of what happened on the Central America. So,
Right.
That versus the coin being a little bit less rare, which I mean, I think that all the pub might actually make your coin at least more saleable.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I can't say I disagree with that.
Okay. Speaking of rare, a 1945 British 3 pence has been certified by NGC. This coin is one of only two known and was
Wow.
discovered not on some shipwreck or in some buried hoard. This coin was found in a plain old fashioned blue Whitman folder.
Really?
Yeah. Now, the story of the 1945 3 pence is a pretty interesting one. The British government had been minting a 12-sided nickel brass 3 pence coin since 1937 and had done so every single year since. So, it's a redundant coin at that point. The majority of the silver coins were being sent to the British West Indies during the war. And, at the end of the war, the government ordered the silver coins to be melted into ingots and recoined. But to date, at least two have survived the melting pot.
Wow, that's funny. Just two. You'd think that there would be more, but
Well, this discovery, though, in what has been described as a, quote, humble place, who knows how many more of them are out
right.
there. So, if this had come from some hoard or something like that, it's just the fact that it was just out there in a Whitman folder.
Huh. Yeah, I mean, it definitely shows that the coin probably went into circulation. Somebody got it that way, so.
Yeah. Uh, Something that has also been melted down, a 1915 S Panama Pacific Exposition commemorative $half graded MS67 Plus by PCGS and duly blessed by CAC,
Whoa.
is for sale at greatcollections.com. Now, with only 25 Pan Pac halves graded at 67 plus by PCGS and approved by CAC, and 4 coins at 68. This is a big money coin.
Yeah, it's a cool coin. Huh.
The final mintage on this of 27,137 of these coins resulted from the minting of 60,000 coins initially and the subsequent melting of 32,866 unsold pieces. And that was why my comment about something else that has also been melted down. The majority of these coins were melted, did not survive.
I'm looking at the picture of it. That coin looks, for a second, when I first looked at it, I thought, man, is that some sort of pattern in copper? But no, that's just a coin.
Yeah, it's just really nice tone. Look at the strike. It's just absolutely razor sharp.
That coin doesn't come struck very well. I've had a few of them.
No, and that again, this is now. Look, I normally kind of stay away from these kind of stories because basically it's an ad for an auction, right?
Sure, yeah.
But I have to give it to Coin Week on this one because they did this more like an article. There's a lot of history about the coin and its origins in this article if you want to go look it up. So I like the fact that it talks about the mintages and when it was created and how they decided who was, they go into who designed it and how they decided it.
Right.
Just a lot of things. And the maximum issue mintage, this is a nice educational article versus an advertisement for an auction. So right. I like this one a lot.
Yeah, no, that's a cool coin. Cool looking coin.
Yeah. Absolutely. Let's see. PCGS has moved one house up Exclusive Street.
I like that.
Yeah, now PCGS has introduced a registry specifically for coins graded and certified by both PCGS and CAC.
Seems like a partnership that should work out okay, I guess.
I think that there's face value thoughts, and then there's when you think about it a little bit.
Yeah, I can see where that can.
Well, I mean, both major companies have changed their registry sets in major ways right now. Mm-hmm. And we're going to get to NGC in a minute. But okay, so PCGS said, about a year ago, they were going to take their ball and go home. And it's like they wouldn't take NGC coins into their registry anymore, that it had to be PCGS. That was just the way it was going to be. And that was the registry. And NGC responded by saying, okay, we're not going to accept PCGS into our registry anymore. And now this is what it's evolved into, is PCGS is now partnered with CAC, saying we're going to create a secondary product, because it's not really a PCGS registry, it's a PCGS CAC registry.
Right. And the funny thing is, it actually leaves the door open, I think, for NGC to do the same thing.
Absolutely.
I don't see why they wouldn't.
No, absolutely would not, because that's, it's a moneymaker. They've created a new market. Right. That's what they have to do, is evolve over time, because, the number of coins graded is finite. If you are sincere about the fact that the grades are not going to change over time to any real big degree, then, you have to figure out ways to, produce new revenue.
Right.
So, yeah. I mean, that's what they do with this. But I don't know. I mean, just to me, it's like...
Does it feel dirty?
It does feel dirty. It just does.
I know, yeah. Yeah, I mean, like I said, coming from my side, it's a little different. I mean, we have certain customers are just stuck on CAC the same way that certain people are stuck on one grading company over another. I mean, it's to each his own. Some people will like it, some people will hate it. Should be interesting to see, though.
Yeah.
What kind of sets get put in there.
Well, it will, and it's, so what it does is it creates a set where, possibly the highest graded PCGS coin is not certified by CAC. Mm-hmm. So the highest possible coin for the CAC registry is going to be a grade lower, it's things like that. So I don't know. To me, it just seems like more. That's all it seems to be. Not better, just more.
Just different, yeah. I can't say I disagree with you.
Yeah, some things, are changed for better. Some are just changed. Okay, so with that, NGC has also announced a major registry update. Now, this to me really is not news, though, because they didn't allow PCGS coins before, and they stopped when PCGS said they'd no longer accept NGC into their registry. That's correct, isn't it, Matt?
Now, wait, one more time? Go ahead.
Okay, so NGC stopped accepting PCGS coins into their registry right about the same time as PCGS said we're not accepting NGC coins anymore.
I think PCGS was first.
I think PCGS
was done a while before NGC.
Okay, I thought they were more closely aligned, but maybe not. But they've stopped for a little while. NGC has been working, really extensively on their web presence, and have integrated design for seamless resizing on all their devices. So what they've done recently is they've put their R&D into their website and into their registry website, so that it's more interactive. And I think that's a good business decision on their part. So what they're going to do is they're going to present an award for the top sets in each category every single year.
I think they do something like that, or did something like that already.
Really?
As far as
because I've never seen that. I've never seen an announcement of any award. I mean, not to say that I know everything that goes on in the world of coins, but I do tend to look for things.
I do believe they do awards, or at least some, because I know we had a customer that had a top rated registry set, and he gets awards every year. So
okay, because that was kind of the thing is you have these sets, but okay, you're the top set today. Tomorrow may be a different day. And what does that mean long term? Is it just a bragging rights thing, or is it, what do you want to do with it?
Well, a lot of top registry sets get broke up eventually. They'll use that top registry set as a selling point to the collection, and then they'll break it up. Yep. Right. Recycle it back into the other registry sets.
So, anyways, I guess news to me is that NGC is going to present an award for the top sets in each category every year, including a plaque, an icon of recognition, and a $500 grading credit.
We never got a plaque or a grading credit. That's for darn sure.
Well, just saying. Do you have a top set?
I think we still have a registered top set. Yeah,
Then you should be receiving one soon.
jerks.
Speaking of NGC, they will hold a grading contest at the 2020 January Fun Show.
Ooh, that sounds like a good time.
Now, this contest is open to anyone age 13 or older. Participants will be separated into 3 categories: adult, which is 26 and older; young adult, 18 to 25; and young numismatist, 13 to 17.
Cool.
NGC will be using coins graded by NGC, as well as coins that have received a details grade or even been rejected as counterfeit.
Yeah.
And the top 10 finishers in each category will receive an NGC sample slab with a fun grading contest label. The top 3 will also receive grading credits in the amount of 100 for third, 200 for second, and 300 for first. The YN prizes will be cash awards in the same amounts.
Nice.
Yeah. Maximum of 140 participants are invited to request a reservation. Email your name, age as of this fun show, and the days that you'll be attending the show to contest@ngccoin.com with the subject line Fun Grading Contest.
Yeah, unfortunately, I won't. I'm going to Fun, but we're going to be gone before the Borscht floor even opens. So I'd like to do that, but
all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy.
No, well, actually, that's the fun part about that show is my parents are snowbirds, so we're going in. We're going in like Wednesday and Thursday, and then we're going to spend the rest of the weekend till like Monday at my folks' house, hanging out on the beach.
Gonna ride the peas.
Hanging out on the beach, drinking beers, that kind of thing.
There you go. So, okay.
My little. It's better to be in Florida in January than Indiana trip. So.
Yeah. Insert your joke here.
Yeah, right.
But yes, I had the privilege of being in Florida once in February, and yes, it beats the hell out of Chicago.
I saw it snow one time in Orlando.
Oh, I'm sure it happens.
It didn't happen very often. It was just a little bitty tiny.
And people down there lose their minds.
Oh, they did too. There were lizards falling out of trees and everything. It made the news. It sure did.
Oh, I'm sure it did.
But anyways, I digress. Continue.
The U.S. Mint is requesting applications for CCAC membership.
Mike, you're up.
The Citizens Coinage Advisory Committee. The opening on the committee in this case is for a new member specifically or specially qualified to serve on the CCAC by virtue of his or her education, training, or experience in numismatics.
Mike, why aren't you filling out an application?
I'm actually giving it some thought.
You should. Why not?
Well, I mean, what do you got to lose?
Yeah. You're just as qualified as anybody else I know, so.
Well, I mean, that's, but. But, I don't know. I just never think of myself in that. I mean, I joke around about it a lot, but I honestly think that having somebody from the collecting community, somebody who, I don't know, is kind of a student.
You were a true collector.
So. I am a true collector.
Plus, we could rail on all these new designs together.
Oh, we could. All right. So, about the Citizens Coinage Advisory Committee, it advises the Secretary of the Treasury on any theme or design proposals relating to circulating coinage, bullion coinage, congressional gold medals, and national or other medals. Advises the Secretary of the Treasury with regards to the events, persons, or places to be commemorated by the issuance of commemorative coins in each of the 5 calendar days succeeding the year in which a commemorative coin design designation is made. Makes recommendations with respect to the mintage level for any commemorative coin recommended. So it was established in 2003. It has a membership of 11 voting members who are appointed by the Secretary of the Treasury. One person specifically qualified by virtue of his or her education, training, or experience as nationally or internationally recognized curator in the United States of a numismatic collection. One person specially qualified by virtue of his or her experience in the medallic arts or sculpture. One person by virtue of his or her education, training, or experience in American history. One by virtue of his or her education, training, or experience in numismatics. And 3 persons who can represent the interests of the general public in the coinage of the United States and 4 persons appointed by the Secretary of the Treasury on the basis of the recommendations by the U.S. House and Senate leadership. Members are appointed for a term of 4 years. No individual can be appointed to the CCAC while serving as an officer or employee of the federal government.
Interesting.
Yeah. So the United States Mint will review all submissions and will forward its recommendations to the Secretary of the Treasury for appointment consideration. Candidates should include specific skills, abilities, talents, and credentials to support their applications. The Mint is also interested in candidates who have demonstrated leadership skills, have received recognition by their peers in the field of interest, have a record of participation in public service or activities, and are willing to commit the time and effort to participate in the CCAC meetings and related activities. Now, therein lies the rub with some, because you have to go to Washington for meetings and stuff like that, which means that you'd miss work. But I believe that the taxpayers pay for you to go, they pay for you to stay, all that other kind of stuff.
I think that's right. I think that's correct.
Anyways, so I might actually give that some thought, because I've been talking about this for a while. To be honest with you, I don't think I'm anywhere near qualified. But you know what? You get nothing in this world if you don't ask.
Yeah, you don't hit anything. Let's take a shot at it.
Give us your thoughts. There you go. Give us your thoughts. MikeyCoinShowRadio.com, Facebook page. Just come and let us know. Now, I picked this next story because I thought you particularly would really, really appreciate the graphic.
Oh, yes.
And I think our listeners really appreciate the graphic on this. The British government has decided to scrap their Brexit coins. And I don't know who did the art for this particular piece, but all I can say is Pulitzer.
Oh, my gosh, that's so funny.
Oh, God. The whole Brexit thing is just fascinating to me. I mean, it was supposed to be consummated last Halloween, but has not as yet.
Right.
The Parliament has given permission for an extension, and a new date of January 31st of 2020 has been agreed upon, but not even that is certain at this point.
Nah, it's a gigantic mess.
Right. And although the British tradition is not like the U.S., where the coins must be minted in the year of issue, Britain's not bound by any such thing. But still, they've decided, consciously, to destroy base metal coins dated 2019. And the numismatic news article speculates that some will likely survive the melter, legitimately or otherwise. I love how they put that. But I seriously wonder, it's like, one, why do you make coins to commemorate a really stupid move? That's one. Two, they're made of base metal.
Yeah.
And you aren't bound to issue them with the correct year. So why on earth are you taking something that's already manufactured, destroying it, and while doing that, being able to reclaim very little of what that is for remanufacturing new coins?
Right.
That are, for all intents and purposes, identical to the ones that you're destroying.
Oh boy, it just gets worse the more you read into this whole Brexit mess. Even the stuff surrounding it like this, it just makes it worse.
Well, look, I mean, we're relatively isolated, and being Americans, it means that we really don't pay attention to a lot of the rest of the world, and we don't know anything about geography, right? Those are the two real big knocks on Americans. That's
probably fair assessment. Yes.
And those are fair; they truly are. We don't know anything about geography.
Right. Well, I know a little bit, but yeah.
Yeah. So, you have this issue where I don't understand the economic benefit of leaving the EU. I just don't get it because of the political problems that it's going to create in Ireland.
Right.
You've got Northern Ireland, which is part of the UK, and you've got Ireland. And if you remember, the last time there were checkpoints there, we had some big problems.
Yep.
So, everything is cool. Everything is fine. Why are you messing with it? Why are you stirring up a hornet's nest? And like I said, I just don't see the political, or I don't see the economic benefit. I just don't. They have to do business with the continent to begin with, because they're the closest by proximity. They're where they're going to, be able to sell the most of their goods.
Yeah.
So to be able to tax stuff and have to cross borders with it now and all that, I mean, it's like, really?
Well, luckily we don't have anything to do with that.
But I digress.
It's your turn, huh?
Yeah. In other scratching your head news, The U.S. Mint has released the 2019 Pennsylvania Reverse Proof American Innovation Dollar.
All right.
So it looks like my question has been answered. The Mint apparently is going to issue all 4 of these coins in less than 8 weeks.
Right on, U.S. Mint. Just
So,
slam them things out.
that's what I'm saying. This may signal buy to some. But think about it this way. If the series isn't popular, the special coins probably won't be either.
No, they slammed those out. You're right, though.
Well, and here's the thing. They're made in San Francisco just like the regular proofs.
Yeah.
So
By-
the
by
the regular proof dollars cost the whole proof set costs like $10, right? For $4. And the reverse proofs cost what do they cost? $9.99?
But they're reverse proofs, man.
But that's $40 for 4 coins.
I'm just telling you. Reverse
Yeah,
proof.
me.
That's the new thing.
I'm telling you.
It's the new hot, not the new hot, the new hotness is those reverse proof coins.
Well, that is true. And here's the thing is that if you truly believe that scarcity, rarity, whatever you want to call it, is going to create demand in the future, then you want to jump on this stuff. I think that demand has to be there to begin with. I think that we've proven that over and over and over again with the Silver Eagles coins.
Right.
You can do all kinds of different things with Silver Eagle coins, and you will find different niche people that want to pick them up, that like them.
Mm-hmm.
Not so much with gold because it's out of people's price range. Not so much with the clad stuff. It's just funny. Now, this is a coin that I honestly, I like golden dollars. I like the concept of golden dollars. I think that when they circulate, that they may actually become more popular. But until people become familiar with the coins and start using the coins and then start having an appreciation for brilliant golden colored coins, that they're just largely going to be paperweights.
Nobody likes them. Nobody uses them.
No, that's not true. It's really not true. I will defy you to go to Canada, and they're all their vending machines take $1 and $2 coins.
Gotcha.
All of them.
Gotcha. When's the last time they made $1 and $2 bills, though?
But that's the whole point. People, they don't dislike the dollar coins. They prefer the dollar bill.
Yeah, but they don't have a choice.
Again, that's exactly what we need to be doing here.
Well, I agree, but it'll never happen. So,
you're right.
I mean, it's just we've already proven that. I mean, the rest of the world does everything in kilometers, and we still use miles.
Well, that was a conscious decision on our part and I think if it was funny enough, I think that we were the ones that started the whole let's convert the world and get everybody on one system, and then we kind of backed out of it at the last second.
But that's the thing, though. It's like, that was something that we did. I feel like this is just kind of the same thing. I don't think there's any real need or real want to change, is my point.
Well,
so.
Well, here's the thing about the metric system, and the funny thing about it is that technically, almost everything that we have is measured metrically anyway.
Oh, I know. I agree.
Everything in science is all done metrically. Most metals and things like that are done metrically. We just use it for like screw heads and things like that now. Let's see. In news that makes more sense, America's Hat is now minting bullion coins at a second facility.
Oh, where did you get this one?
Where did I get this one? The Winnipeg Mint.
Oh, you're like many stories ahead of where I'm at.
Oh.
You did it again.
Did I?
All right. You're good.
Well, I had a couple of different pages in there for the different dollars.
You gotta tell me that stuff, buddy.
I'm sorry, bud.
All right, we're good. I'm there.
Such a bad part. Anyways, so the Winnipeg Mint will use the W Mint mark to brand the coins that it produces. The facility has been striking coins for 43 years, but these are the first bullion coins struck outside of Ottawa.
They're hopping on the W Mint mark train.
Well, yeah, that was my thinking. They're the first bullion coins to have the W Mint mark. Yeah. Well, no, not really. But the special 2020 dated coins went on sale December 3rd of 2019. There's a $5 silver maple leaf with a mintage of 10,000 coins, and a $50 gold maple leaf with a mintage of only 400 coins.
Huh.
Now that coin may be a winner.
It's interesting.
Well, I mean, 400 coins.
Huh.
So, and finally in the news, mercifully, Star Trek is almost always a winner.
For sure.
And to that end, the Perth Mint has you covered with a 3-ounce pure silver 2-piece Starfleet command emblem.
Huh. Does it move?
No.
Oh,
No, it's 2 pieces. It comes apart. So with a mintage of 1701. Yeah, I had to look that one up. Do you know
that's
what
the
significance of 1701?
the number of the Starship Enterprise, NC 701 or 1701.
CC 1701. You're such a nerd.
Am I right? Oh,
You're correct.
I haven't watched Star Trek in years. But
Am I right?
Am I right?
He thinks he's right. Hoping he's right. Yeah. So I had to look it up. But the coin sells.
Nerd alert.
Sells for $340.91 Australian. Kind of an odd price. Or about $234.79 US.
Wow.
Yeah. So 3 ounces of silver for $235. Wow, that's tough to swallow.
It's a racket.
So I pretty much guarantee a sellout, and not a single one going to a coin collector unless he's kind of into both.
Yeah. Yeah. I probably agree.
So that was the news, and the news was brought to us today by toilet paper. Before toilet paper, shaking people's hands was literally a crapshoot.
I like that one. I like that one a lot. I like that one.
So Matt, I've
up,
got a little surprise for you.
Oh, I hate you when you do this.
No, you're gonna love me. You're gonna love me.
Okay.
So, do you remember the Central States show?
Vaguely.
April 2018.
Vaguely.
Okay, so Barry Swan.
Yes.
Went through this really, really thoughtful quiz, put all this time together, gave it to us, administered it to us in person at the live meet and greet.
I remember it was fun.
But we all lamented the fact that this would be so much more fun in front of people.
Oh God!
I have a copy of the quiz.
I hate you.
No, dude, I'm telling you. See, first off, you've heard all these questions before.
How come I don't get the copy of the quiz? How come I don't
find it? You didn't find it. You find it, you can give it to me.
You
can write a quiz.
Ain't nobody got time for that. Except Barry.
Right, so yeah, this was. He called me a reader. Wow. The Coin Show Quiz 2018, April 2018, dealer versus reader.
Dealer versus reader. Well, you're a reader. I mean, you're a bookie. A book guy.
Bookie. Yeah, I'm a bookie too.
I'm going to get you arrested. I'm going to get you arrested, but.
You will.
That's funny.
All right, question 1. In 2017, for the first time in U.S. history, Lady Liberty was portrayed on U.S. currency as a woman of color. Who was the first female designer of an American coin, and what was the coin? Half a point for each. First female designer of an American coin.
I remember this from the show, and I still don't remember the answer, to be honest with you.
I love these quizzes.
I know.
Lord Garden Fraser, 1921 Alabama Centennial $half.
Cool. Yeah.
She was also the first known female designer of a coin anywhere in the world. So there we were, trendsetters.
That's why I hate these though, because like I can grade Alabama halves like it's going out of style, but I don't know who made. I don't know who.
Yeah, I know. People can make money in dealing coins, whereas very few of us can. The other thing is, I also have your answer sheet right here.
What did I say? Oh, you do.
Well, the first one you said, I don't know.
Oh, see, there you go. The trend.
This is a guaranteed win.
The trend continues.
Yes. What was the first U.S. branch mint established outside the continental U.S.?
Outside the continental U.S.
Correct.
A branch mint.
U.S. branch mint established outside of the continental United States.
Well, that would. I would have to say. I guess there was probably a mint in. Oh no. I don't know. Maybe the two things pop into my head, and neither of which is probably correct. But I think maybe there was a mint in the Philippines, which I know we kind of provided some aid to Manila and the Philippines. But I also want to say Hawaii as well. So I don't remember.
Manila Mint was correct. So
Manila.
you
That's it.
found
There
the
you
nose
go.
with your first one, and you got that one right on the other.
My gut was right. So
What is widely considered to be the first U.S. coins to be struck under authority of the Mint Act of April 1792?
would that be the half Disney?
That would be the 1792 half Disney. President Washington referred to it as a small beginning because of Washington's connection with these coins. Legend has it that First Lady Martha Washington donated silverware to help create the first silver coinage. All right. This category is called Friends of the Coin Show. So might help you to know that these have to be the Friends of the Coin Show. Q. David Bowers, Frank Coletti, and Ken Brissett have been friends of the Coin Show for a number of years. But what year did the first A Guidebook of the United States Coins, a.k.a. the Red Book, go on sale? 1 point for the exact answer, 1/2 point for a year off.
I see. You know the answer to this without having to look it up.
Actually, no, I'd have gotten it wrong. I'd have gotten a 1/2 point.
I would have said 1946.
It's absolutely correct.
Boom.
Red Book of 1947 went on sale in November 1946.
There you go.
And the only year since it wasn't published was 1949.
Really? Any reason why? Do we know?
Doesn't say. The highly entertaining Harley J. Spiller wrote a fascinating book called Keep the Change, which provides a wealth of anecdotes and quirky historical information about U.S. currency, including counterfeit notes. Which U.S. government agency was originally created to fight counterfeiting?
Oh, that's a Secret Service, isn't it?
That is absolutely correct.
Still do it. I help those guys every once in a while.
Well, and that's the thing is a lot of people think the Secret Service is there to be the bodyguards of the president, their first responsibility is protection of the currency of the United States.
Yep, that's just part of it.
Yeah. The U.S. Secret Service was originally created in 1865 during the Civil War to fight counterfeiting. By the end of the war, at least a third of all U.S. paper currency in circulation was counterfeit. It was commissioned in Washington, D.C. as Secret Service Division of the Department of the Treasury with the mission of suppressing counterfeiting. However, after the assassination of President William McKinley in 1901, Congress requested that the Secret Service start to provide presidential protection. A year later, the Secret Service was assigned complete responsibility of protecting the president.
Cool.
Rick Snow, who was interviewed by the Coin Show at the World Fair of Money in 2014, is the leading expert and author on Flying Eagle and Indian Head sets. The U.S. Mint has produced over 300 billion 1-cent coins since 1787. But what year was the last time the U.S. Mint did not produce a circulating 1-cent coin?
1812? Oh, I forget.
You're close. You're right there. It's
1815.
1815.
That's what it is. I don't know why I said 12, but
Although it's believed that many of the 1816 matron-head large cents were struck in 1815, none were designated as an 1815 penny.
I don't see enough of those in my everyday to remember which.
Now, back then, the U.S. Mint didn't create planchets, but instead bought them from Great Britain. Yeah. Because of the War of 1812, which ended in 1815, an embargo prevented the Mint from getting any new copper from Britain until 1815.
Okay, that's right.
All right, so this should be in your wheelhouse because this is about paper.
Oh, buddy.
Military payment certificates, or MPC, were used to pay U.S. military personnel overseas. Just after the close of World War II, the U.S. government decided to stop paying our overseas soldiers with U.S. currency and started paying them with specially designed MPCs. They were used until the end of the U.S. participation in the Vietnam War in 1973. But how many series were issued during the 27 years? 1 point for the exact answer, half point if you're within 2.
Man, I mean, I know I see a bunch of different ones, but how many series exactly? I'm going to guess 14.
You get a half a point because the answer is 15 were issued, only 13 were used, 14's right in the middle.
Boom. Good guess. That was a shot in the dark.
14 was what you answered before, too.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, absolutely. This is one that I had a big, huge question mark on mine.
funny
Which note?
that how many years later is this? 2 years later?
Yeah,
Did
two.
I give the same answer twice? That's funny.
Well, I mean, it's the right answer.
Just out of my head, man. Just like it was the first time we did this.
Which note has the greatest unique number of people that have ever been on a single piece of American currency? For a bonus point, how many people are represented on the note? Closest wins of 1 point.
Which note has the most people
Ever seen on a single piece of American currency?
I would say that sounds like it's probably the $1 educational. Would be my guess. The 1896.
How many people?
13.
Okay. You got a $2 bill in your pocket?
No. Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
1776, 1976 $2
$2
bill
bill with the
the
signing of the Declaration of
Yeah,
Independence
there's
with
42 people
I was
on
gonna say like 40 something people.
it. 42 people on it.
Shoot.
Let's see. So yeah, it features a painting by John Trumbull. Shows 42 of the Declaration's 56 original signers presenting it to Congress. Thomas Jefferson is already one of the 42, so he's on both sides of the note.
Cool. See, that's a good trivia question right there. Which note?
This one, I mean, this is why this is way too good to waste. It's like Barry did so much research on this and did such a great job. Here's a side note. Steve Wozniak, a co-founder of Apple, is such a fan of the $2 bill that he carries bundles of them to surprise coffee baristas and waiters. But because of the note's unusual appearance, it's led him to being interviewed by federal agents due to suspicious cashings.
Really?
Yes.
That's hilarious. That's funny.
I love it when people bring $2 bills into McDonald's and the kids like calling the cops.
Calling the manager. What's going on here?
$2 bill. Yeah. Stop it. All right. When was the first $1 legal tender U.S. note issued into circulation? 5 years leeway gives you half a point. Exact gives you 1 point.
The first $1 legal tender?
Legal tender U.S. note.
1865?
You're within the 5 years leeway, so it's 1862.
Yeah.
First $1 bill was issued as a legal tender United States note.
Popped into my head as soon as I said it. I was like, no, stupid, that's 1862.
With a portrait of Salmon P. Chase, Secretary of the Treasury under President Lincoln. And note, Washington did not appear on the dollar bill until 1869. All right, so these are about mints. Peppermint, spearmint.
Double mint.
The U.S. Mint has struck, double mint. The U.S. Mint has struck coins for more than 40 foreign countries, but which South American country was the first?
South American country was the first that we struck coins for?
Well,
there we go. All right, I think we're back. I think we got her. Okay. First South American country.
Here, I'll read it again.
Yes, please. One more time.
The U.S. Mint has struck coins for more than 40 foreign countries, but which South...
Okay, I think we're back. We're good. We're golden.
Okay.
I think. That's what I said before.
Yeah. Well, since the web hates that question, we're going to throw it away.
Yeah, the internet's saying don't ask it. So
the internet is saying don't do this. So the answer was Venezuela. In 1875.
Cool.
All right, so the U.S. Mint struck foreign coins until the 1980s, including Hawaii before it became the 50th state.
I knew that.
Which leading statesman in 1791 submitted the report on the establishment of a mint to the House of Representatives that ultimately led to the creation of the U.S. Mint?
There's a couple guesses here. It could be Hamilton or Franklin would be my two guesses. I'm going to say Hamilton.
Yeah, he's got a musical named after him.
Yeah.
He became the first U.S. Secretary of the Treasury.
I figured as much with that being his position thereafter. So,
correct. Which is the only mint to produce business strike Morgan dollars every year that they were made?
Philadelphia. No.
Philadelphia didn't produce a business strike in 1895.
Oh yeah. So then I guess it would have to have been San Francisco.
Correct. New Orleans didn't produce a business strike Morgan dollar in the first and last year of production, 78 and 1921. But New Orleans was closed in 1921. All right, this section is called Hail to the Chief. How did the U.S. celebrate Abraham Lincoln's 100th and 150th birthdays?
How did the U.S. Mint celebrate his 100th and 150th birthdays?
100th and 150th birthdays.
Well, on his 100th birthday, no, that would be, oh, on his 100th birthday, so 8,
Correct.
okay. So in 1809, they made, from 1809 to 1909, they put him on a Lincoln cent in 1909. And then in 1959, they changed the reverse of the coin.
That would be correct. So they celebrated his 100th anniversary by pushing the American Indian out of the way and installing our president. So yes. So the Lincoln cent made way for the Lincoln penny in 1909 to commemorate his 100th birthday, and the Lincoln Memorial was added for his 150th in 1959. Who was the first American president on a U.S. mint issued coin?
First American president on a U.S. mint issued coin.
That is correct.
So we started presidents. Would it be Lincoln?
That would be incorrect.
Hmm.
Earlier than Lincoln.
1909.
George Washington on the 1900 Lafayette dollar.
Ah, yes. Okay, gotcha. It's a good one.
I
was thinking of circulating coins, so.
Yeah. What year was the first time that Washington was on both sides of a U.S. coin?
1999.
That is absolutely correct.
Delaware
this
quarter.
was one of the ones that we busted him on, that he had the wrong answer, because he said 2007 on the Washington State quarter.
Oh, yeah. Nobody.
But no, it was 1999 because he's in the boat on the Delaware on the other side of the New Jersey quarter. All right. Next section is called Hail to the Chief Engraver. Which two chief engravers designed the 1892 Columbian half dollar?
Columbian $50. I would say probably Barber and 92, huh? I don't think it would have been.
Barber designed the obverse. That was Columbus.
I don't think it would have been Morgan.
Morgan designed the reverse. The center.
Well, see, there you go.
Who was the last chief engraver of the United States Mint?
Couldn't tell you.
John Mercanti.
Yeah.
In addition to the American Silver Eagle, Mercanti also designed 7 state quarters and has designed more than any employee in United States Mint history.
I mean, I know the name. I've heard of him, but
I've met him.
I know
He's
him.
Really, really
I know
nice
him
guy.
as the guy that signs all those hokey labels.
Yes, he does.
That they sell.
He'll sign anything you give to him.
That's how I know that name.
But he's a super nice guy.
I'm sure. Let's have him on the show.
We actually almost did twice.
Okay.
Who was the first of only 12 chief engravers of the United States Mint? So Mercanti was the last. Who was the first of only 12?
I know this one, and I'm having a brain fart. Yeah,
it's just one of those names.
Mm-hmm. Don't make people sit here and watch me think.
Oh, no, it's great. I'll tell you what, I'll give you a clue. Man with 2 first names.
Oh, God. I hate you. It's been a long day. I passed.
Robert Scott.
Robert Scott. That's right. God darn it.
1793 until his death in 1823. Yeah. Scott served under Presidents George Washington, John Adams, Thomas Jefferson, James Madison, and James Monroe.
I remember this quiz now. It was more fun with beer.
It was more fun with beer. I had Adam Eckfeldt. That was what I put down.
Oh, yeah?
So, yeah.
What did I put down before? What did I put down?
That was the quiz. Let's see, what did you put down?
Same answer, probably.
You didn't.
There you go.
But that was fun, and I really wanted to kind of, give Barry a little tip of our cap because he put a lot of work into that, and it was a really, really cool and worthwhile quiz. And
yes.
See, and it wasn't even so painful this time.
A little bit, not too bad.
No, you got a lot of those right, which, hey.
Yeah, I remember doing it the first time, and it was I was very impressed with it. So I'm glad we actually were able to get it on the show. So.
No, absolutely, yes. I'm so glad that we were able to do that. see, what else do we have?
You reading
Oh, we
anything?
have some listener questions. I'm sorry.
Oh, do we? Go ahead. Let's do
Yeah,
it.
no, actually, Mike ain't reading anything this week.
All right.
Mike's been reading the inside of his eyelids. He has bronchitis. In case you can't tell by my fantastic pipes.
You know, I kind of almost wish you had bronchitis every time, to be honest with you. But okay,
Let's see.
listener
So,
questions. I like
yeah,
those.
okay, here we go. Questions at coinshowradio.com.
I have a couple actually. I got earlier from one of the posts that I made. So let me see. While you're looking, I'll look here.
Well, I've got these right here. So
Go for it.
let's see. Caleb McKenzie says, "Hello, Mike and Matt. My name is Caleb. I'm 13. When I was 10, I got a coin collecting book and been working on filling it up. I've had the most fun collecting silver coins, and I was wondering what silver coins you think are cheap and cool. I was also wondering what coins you think I will have the most luck with while coin roll searching. I've been searching a lot of pennies and some quarters, but I don't feel like I'm having a lot of luck. So I was wondering what coins you have had the most luck with and what coins you think I should have some luck with. I've been enjoying the show and hope you will answer these questions."
Awesome. First of all, thank you for listening. I love it when YNs write in. And
Absolutely.
actually, Mike, why don't you email him back and I'll send him something cool.
Okay.
Get either see if you can get in touch with one of his parental units.
Well, actually, here I actually did that already. So let's see, because I got a response. He doesn't put his address in it, so it's like. But I told him, I said, "Ask mom and dad."
Yeah, let's.
Ask
I
them
want
if
to
it's
send him
okay,
something cool.
But anyway, so
I'll send him something cool. But to answer, what's going on with my camera? But to answer his question, the one of the places that not a lot of people look that you have decent luck with are actually looking for wartime nickels. If you get rolls of nickels, you might be able to find some wartime nickels.
they're awfully easy to spot.
Well, they are, but most people don't even know about them. They
Right.
all just think that 64 and earlier on the quarters, dimes, and halves, but nobody at the banks ever checks for nickels. So
You know where I think that it might have luck?
Where's
and
that?
I actually said this in my reply to him was in rolls of dimes.
yeah,
Because dimes are very rarely searched, and we don't use anywhere near in as many in commerce as we do quarters, or the halves have all been searched. We know that.
right.
People, they've exhausted that supply. Quarters, we just go through way too many of them. So really what that leaves you is dimes.
Yeah,
And so I think it might be a place that has more fruit.
yeah, for sure. I like that idea too.
We have a question from Roland Moffat.
Okay.
Matt and Mike, first off, I'd like to thank you for preparing this wonderful and informative podcast. I was so very ecstatic when I found it several months back and have been playing catch up on the episodes during my long commutes into work. As such, I've been talking about coins a lot more with my wife than in prior months. Not sure how she feels about that, but she puts up with it at the very least. This guy's got my sense of humor.
Yeah, I was gonna say, are you sure you didn't write this?
Yeah. With that being said, my wife and I were driving home from my in-laws the other evening, and I started discussing coins. Within the conversation, she asked me 3 questions, 2 of which were very easy answers, and 1 of which I found extremely difficult. But I thought they'd make a perfect segment for one of y'all's upcoming shows. If y'all both provided answers to the questions, it would be something the listeners would really enjoy. So here it goes.
Go.
Question 1 is the difficult question. Should we do that as the difficult? No, let's leave that one for the last.
All right.
All right. Question 2. What is, in your opinion, the most beautiful coin in your collection, Matt? Since you don't necessarily have a traditional collection, what is the most beautiful coin currently in your shop?
It's not there right now, but we did just sell a Hawaiian commemorative half in 65, which was a pretty cool coin,
That is a cool coin.
and it was toned real pretty. So
See, and I thought you were going to beat me to my punch because I saw the video you just posted.
yeah,
I will tell you that, in my opinion, the most beautiful coin in my collection is the 2019 Enhanced Reverse Proof Silver Eagle that I got as part of the Pride of Two Nations set. Same coin as the S-Mint, just made in West Point.
just made West Point. Yeah, they made more of them.
Yep. Question 3. What is your favorite coin in your collection and why? Matt, let's go with what is currently in the shop.
I like really strange and odd things, so I would say that my favorite thing in the shop right now is a Hawaiian plantation token that's been cut in half.
Okay, this is intriguing. Tell me about it.
It's just a coin that we got in a batch of stuff the other day. It's a Hawaiian plantation token that I believe was cut in
I'm assuming
half.
it's half a token.
Well, it is, but it's the one with the starfish on it, and I believe it was actually cut in half to make a denomination. But I'm still researching it.
So we're talking about like clipped,
So
not
literally, like snipped in half.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, I mean that seems to be the only way you can do it.
yeah.
You can't like slice them down the middle. So, although that would be
Get your
kind of cool.
Hattori Hanzo sword out and cut that thing right in half.
And then open a couple of bottles of champagne to celebrate.
But yeah,
Let's see.
so like I said,
So,
I like weird, unusual stuff, and that fits the bill right now.
okay.
What about you?
Favorite coin in my collection. I really do love those enhanced, uncirculated, enhanced reverse proofs. But the favorite coin of mine in my collection is I have a 2008 W quarter ounce Buffalo.
Oh yeah, the ones that's like the size of
And
the
it's
nickel.
exactly the size of a Buffalo nickel. It is like a solid gold Buffalo nickel. It's my favorite coin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
It's
like that.
I'm never going to part with that. You can pry that from my dead cold fingers because that's the only way you're going to get it. So as far as Roland's answers, he said that his answer uh, was a 1909 $2.50 Indian.
Cool
It came from
coins.
his great grandfather's collection. Really awesome coin. And favorite coin in his collection is an XF 1883 Indian headset with a snow DDR. He
Cool.
cherry picked it at a local coin show.
Nice.
So yeah, very nice. So
Now,
here's the
now for
tough
the hard
question.
question.
Now comes what is, in your opinion, the most beautiful coin the U.S. has produced, and what is your close second? Let's keep it into circulating coinage only. So his answer was the Sacagawea dollar. Just kidding, Matt. My favorite would have to be the Walking Liberty half. I think the classical design has withstood the test of time and is by far one of the most beautiful designs ever minted. With that being said, the Gold Indian half eagle is also a very close second. Okay, so Matt's answer.
My favorite circulating coins. I know it's weird, but probably the Tin Indian. I like that headdress. I like that eagle. That's real, Art Deco. That's probably my favorite. And then, a close second would be like the early flowing hair half dollars and dollars, just because of their simplicity yet elegant design. So
Now, based purely on design, I would have to go with the Walking Liberty half and a peace dollar.
I like peace dollars too.
But I think that you could put in the St. Gaudens 20, the St. Gaudens 10, which is the one that you mentioned. I think that you could include the capped bust, gold.
So either love or you hate the cat bust.
Yeah, it's like
There's no real middle ground.
yeah. So but I mean, there have been some really really cool designs. There have also been some that make you scratch your head.
That's true.
But
Very
anyways,
true.
thank you for the mail, Roland. I've got a couple more, but do you have?
Oh,
I
I just was gonna rattle off a couple that I saw on Facebook.
Yeah.
I actually saved them. Let's see here. Ryan Peters says, I have a peace dollar unk with really nice luster but some carbon spots. Is there an acceptable way to get rid of them? Um, it's hard to say without seeing the coin exactly as to how far the carbon spots have gone, because once they go
how
to a
big
certain
they are.
all right, once they go to a certain point, they become terminal and start to kind of eat down into the coin, and from there's really nothing you can do. Um,
And even slightly before that, they're going to create. They're always going to create a shadow.
right, they're going to etch into the surface.
Right. It's
Um,
like whatever you get rid of them, you're going to have seen where they have been.
Yeah, I mean, they talk about dipping. You could probably dip them off, but again, if it's not something that you're familiar with, I would not recommend trying it. If the
And if the
coin,
coin has really nice original surfaces, you may not want to do that anyway.
right, if the coin is really a somewhat valuable coin, you might send it to NCS and let them take a look at it. They might have some other fancy methods that I'm not aware of, or that I'm not willing to share on the show per se.
Yeah, and at
That,
least they will be a market acceptable coin when they're done, hopefully.
right. So, But unfortunately, there's not a quick and easy way to fix them. Sorry.
Cool. Next.
No, that was the one I was going to do for this show from Facebook.
Oh, okay.
There's a couple more that I need to do a little homework on first.
Okay. Stan Nowacki says, in episode 150, Mike had said the Red Book was not really a price guide. Being fairly new to collecting coins, what is the best price guide for coin collectors? If I go to a coin show, it would be nice to know what I should be paying. Thank you for the best podcast, Stan Nowacki.
Thanks, Dan.
Yeah, absolutely.
I get asked this question a lot in the office, and my answer is always this. Pricing coins and figuring out what coins are worth is kind of like a puzzle. You have a bunch of different pieces, parts that give you bits of information, and it's up to you to take all those bits of information and put them together in a way that makes the most sense. So you have things like PCGS Coin Fact, which gives you auction results from Heritage Stacks, a lot of the big companies, and also if you choose, they put eBay in there as well, which I don't necessarily love those numbers, but there's that. So you can see what those coins are sold for at those auction houses. You can use things like the Gray Sheet, which is expensive if you're just kind of an everyday collector. There are other places like the Red Book that have some information. The Blue Book has information, and these are all these pieces, parts that you need to take and kind of put your puzzle together to figure out what it's worth. But the quick and dirty one for figuring out the value of your coin, I would say, is that PCGS Coin Facts, auction results type.
And what I will add to what Matt said, because I think that's really right on. Basically, what I was talking about as far as the Red Book not being a price guide, I don't think the pricing information is accurate. And
it's not the
it
price
never
guide.
has. Right, it has never been. They print them a year and a half in advance, so you're never going to have your finger on the pulse of a market, 9 months into the future, 10 months into the future. So that's just not going to happen. But they're good for looking at relative pricing from one coin to another, from one date to another, from one, date mint mark combination to another. I think in that regard, they're really, really valuable. The Red Book is a really, really valuable,
right.
It's a valuable tool. However, one of the things that I think is really important for new collectors to understand is that let's take an MS65 coin. And we'll just say it's a Buffalo nickel and a MS65. Well, for any given date and mint mark combination, you're going to find there's going to be a range of coins that fit that MS65 grade.
Right.
And when you start to understand that, you start to understand that there are some MS65s that'll sell for more, some that'll sell for less, and there's a reason is because of the differences between the coins. So it's just a subjective thing.
It's very
and
complicated.
As much as people are trying to quantify it and objectify it, at the end of the day, it's still, you're looking at it and you're kind of going, I like that. And so as long as that is a part of what you're doing, it's really, really important to understand that it is really hard to compare even the same coin one to another.
Right. Well, if you're walking around a coin show and you are looking for, say, an 1880s dollar in MS65, and you look around and you find the cheapest one is $85, but it's just kind of and then you walk around and the most expensive one you see is $100, but it's obviously the nicest coin in the room. Why not spend the extra $15? I mean, it's gonna do you well in the end, because nice coins are always going to be nice, and they're always going to be going to carry that kind of premium. So
buy the coin, not the holder, not the grade.
Yep.
Buy the coin.
Yep.
All right. Thanks for your comment, Stan. Let's see. 2 more. Hi, Mike and Matt. This is from David Coyle.
Hi, David.
I have a question regarding getting foreign coins graded. I know about NGC and PCGS, but are there other grading companies in other countries? I have some Canadian, UK, and Spanish coins that I'm considering getting graded. Thank you, David, from Connecticut.
I do believe there are actually there. I know there's a Canadian grading service. I know there's one out of France right now. I don't have any experience submitting to either of them, so I'm not sure how their grading is, but I do know that they exist. I can't remember the names of the companies right offhand, though. We did talk about the one from France with those holders.
Yeah.
I see Mike over there tapping away on his computer. But I do
No, I'm
know
going
that
to try and find the answer.
I do know that there is one for Canadian coins out of Canada, and I hear they're pretty strict. It's like TACC or something like that, just from memory. But I do know that they do exist. So, but I mean, at the end of the day, NGC and PCGS are pretty much the companies that are, and they're accepted in most other countries as well. So why bother?
Yeah, the one Canadian company I I remember is ICCS. So
That's the one I
yeah,
was thinking of. Yep,
yeah,
ICCS.
ICCS.
I knew it was Ford. I knew there was two C's, but that was it.
Here's the thing that I would tell you is that the whole idea behind getting a coin graded is ensuring value at resale.
Right.
So what I would do is I would research which holder sells for the biggest premium and send your coin there, regardless of who does it.
In some countries, they don't want them certified. So
right.
I mean, it may not even.
Well, it's like ancient collectors. Ancient collectors, they'll bite your head off if you slab their coins.
A lot of them, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So
I know ancient collectors that have days where they just crack out coins from slabs because they would like to have them in their hands. So.
Yeah. And lastly, from Jeff Fichtelman. Matt and Mike, for my job, I have to drive 18 hours in the past week. That allowed me to binge on your older podcast.
Holy cow.
Yeah, we apologize. I truly appreciate the effort you both put into creating this material. In those episodes, I noticed that you've answered the second question below a bunch of times, so ignore that one. But I do have a replacement question. All right, so I've talked to dealers all over about what's driving prices lower over the past 7 to 10 years. They mostly blame gradeflation. Do you agree? Can we reverse the effects of this? Clearly, nobody will crack out overgraded coins and resubmit.
I don't. I think that has little to nothing to do with what's been going on in the hobby. I think there's a multitude of different things going on right now. Some of which is an aging collector base. Some of which is gradeflation. Some of which is the mint putting out too much stuff. Some of which is not a lot of young people coming into the hobby. So. A lot of different things, in my opinion, going on. I'm not overly worried about any one particular thing because I still see enough young people coming into the hobby to keep it interesting. I still see coin shows that are nice and busy, so I think it's a multitude of different things that's caused a slowdown. I think actually as well, just the economics in the world today. It's not necessarily the economy is doing better, but I just don't think people have that disposable income to be thrown around at coins right now.
I agree with you. I think that there's a lot of factors in it. I think economics are driving some of them because you don't see the resistance at the top of the coin market that you see at the bottom.
Right.
It's like the big money coins continue to go for bigger and bigger money, whereas the average coin seems to be kind of declining. Now, yes, there's an aging collector base. There's a bunch of that kind of stuff going on. One of the things that I think is largely ignored is the fact that, one of the great things about getting old is that you get a chance to see the world and how it changes over time. I grew up in the 60s and 70s. And so I lived during that era when people were pulling silver out of their change. And, coins and money were part of everyday life. I mean, right. You always had that in your pocket. Credit cards were really not a thing yet. So if you wanted to do something, you generally had cash. It was cash or check. That was the way things worked. And so because of that, I think that people had a lot more of that stuff in their lives. And that with our more electronic society, with our less social gathering that we do today, we're more protected. We don't send our kids out like we used to all the time. Here's $10, go to the movies,
right.
That kind of thing. So I think that people interact with money less. I think that because it's not an average part of their lives, that you just don't have that kind of mundane, oh, hey, this one's a little different than this one. Maybe I'll see how many nice ones I can put together. And then collecting habits have changed. If you try to measure things by date and mint mark sets, you're going to think coin collecting has completely died. It hasn't. It's just evolved.
Right.
I think that type collecting is what is hot right now. That's what people like to do. Is they like to pick and choose the types that they like. They can pick budgets that way. They can do all kinds of things. They can, like me, learn about a lot of different kinds of coins without getting bogged down in anything too deeply.
Mm-hmm. Totally.
Yeah. So I think that all of those things are things that are going on with the coin market, and I mean, my only hope is that it recovers, because I think that the art that we lose if we stop collecting this stuff is going to be a loss.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think it's all good answers.
All right, so these were people that commented on our Facebook page or wrote to us at questions@coinshowradio.com. So we want to thank all of them for writing and for taking the time to talk to us. Let's see. So I guess that leads us to
your favorite,
the coolest thing.
The coolest thing. So I have conquered one of my my biggest wants in numismatics over the years, and this is actually a piece that I'm keeping.
33 double eagle?
No, this is really, it's going to be, you're going to see it and you're going to be like, really? This is kind of boring, but it's pretty cool. I have been wanting one of these for a long time to frame and hang up on the wall of the office. Can you guess what it is?
32 note uncut sheet $1 bill.
No, we see those all the time.
Well, you said it was mundane.
It's pretty mundane. It's not quite that mundane, but it's pretty mundane.
All right, what is it?
I bought an original bag, cloth bag for Morgan Dollars. And you can see it. Oh, this way. Right here on the screen.
No, I can't.
Yeah. So, this was a bag of 1884 O's. Was in this particular bag. And on the front it says U.S. Treasury dollars, $1,000. And then underneath it says Washington, D.C., I believe is what it says. So that's what it is. That I bought that at a coin show here recently. It walked.
So
it
is the cloth bag itself.
It's just the cloth bag itself. But what I'm going to do is I actually also purchased 2 coins that came out of this bag, and I'm going to mount the bag in a frame, and then underneath it, I'm going to have the obverse and the reverse of dollars that came out of that bag.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, I'm going to hang it up in the office.
And that was just for your own edification, just something for your enjoyment.
I've just wanted one for a long time. Yeah.
We've been doing this concept of coolest thing for 125 episodes. This is the first time you've ever talked about anything you wanted to keep.
I know. Isn't that silly?
Well, I mean, really keep.
I know. But I've wanted one of these for a long time. I always hear my dealer buddies like, yeah, so-and-so bought an original bag of dollars. And I always say, what do they do with the bag? And, oh, no, they're not going to get rid of that. They're keeping that. Well,
they're cool artifacts. I mean, how scarce really are they?
I've only seen a few over the years. So,
you talking about mint bags in particular,
mint dollar bags?
Okay, because I mean, I have some mint bags.
Yeah, oh yeah, everybody has them, but that is an original mint.
Because a dollar bag's a pretty big bag, right?
It's a good sized
bag.
Like
a potato sack?
Yeah, no, it's probably only about maybe 2 feet tall. It's nothing crazy.
Okay.
But that is what Morgan and Peace dollars came from the mint in.
And that's what hernias came from the mint in, too.
Right. So, but yeah, that one was a bag of 84 O's. It was a New Orleans mint bag.
Well, that's kind of cool.
So, yeah, coolest thing that came in. Like I said, it's kind of strange, but I'll when I get it all framed up, I'll make sure to bring a picture of it back to the show.
There you go. Post that on the website.
Yeah.
It's cool, though. It's refreshing to have something different that you decided that you just,
I've been trying to find one for a while. Like I said, I know dealers get a bag occasionally, and I'm like, hey man, what are you doing with the bag? Oh, I'm not gonna do anything with that. I'm keeping that. So,
I know, and it's like, and how many of them do you need?
Right. I just want
Truly.
one. I've been trying for probably 4 or 5 years to find one. So glad I got one.
Amazing.
Yeah. So that was the coolest thing. Didn't really walk in. I bought it at a show, but
You walked it into your shop.
that's right. Well, however you want to quantify that, it'll work.
There you go. So how much value are they getting for their entertainment dollar tonight?
I don't know, buddy. I really don't know. It's free, so I guess I can't ask any more than that.
Not too much. We've been going on for quite a while.
I know, I know. This
It's another marathon.
it's all right.
That's okay. You got anything else?
I'm good. You done?
Okay. I'm done.
All right.
So we'd like to thank our contributors, our patrons, the people who wrote to us, offered suggestions and ideas, posted to social media, asked questions, or in some other way supported or inspired us. We cannot thank you, our listeners, enough. Without you, this entire endeavor would be completely pointless. Thanks to Tony Alvarez and the Tony Alvarez Band for our theme music. Visit them at TonyAlvarezBand.com. Thank you to Justin Irvine for his contributions to our YouTube page. Look for another one of our videos coming soon. To subscribe to the channel, go to youtube.com or the YouTube app and search the Coin Show Podcast. Click subscribe and hit the notifications bell. You'll get alerts whenever we post a new video. Matt posted a really cool one this week of the 2019
Yes.
reverse proof, enhanced reverse proof. There's too many superlatives on that
I
coin.
know. You know what's funny? I had to redo that video like 3 times.
Did you?
Because the first time I was like, yeah, here's a 2019 S enhanced reverse uncirculated.
Yeah.
I went back, got done. I was like, hey, that's not right. So I went back and redid it.
A big thanks to Facebook coordinator Ernesto Aguilar. If you haven't checked it out yet, our Facebook page is easy to find. Facebook.com/CoinShowRadio. The articles that Ernesto links there every single day are amazing and keep you all informed. Share the posts and articles with your friends and the people you know. Don't forget to check out our Facebook group, Friends of the Coin Show. Come and check it out. Just search Facebook for groups, and our group is named Friends of the Coin Show. Ask to join, and Bob's your uncle. Did you know that this and many recent episodes are available for your listening pleasure on Apple Podcasts, Spreaker.com, iHeartRadio.com, and, of course, on our website, CoinShowRadio.com. That's right. And if you visit our website, I'm going to get this right one of these days, at CoinShowRadio.com. It's my Freudian slip is showing. And if you visit our webpage at CoinShowRadio.com, you'll find links to listen to or download all of our past episodes. You can also make comments on our episodes there, so please share your thoughts. On our website, you can also ask us questions through our link to questions at CoinShowRadio.com. Check current precious metal prices, read book reviews and recommendations, or see pictures of some of the cool stuff that has walked into Matt's shop, or become a patron of The Coin Show. And speaking of our patrons, a huge thank you to each and every one of them. Our patrons have been a driving force for the updates and upgrades to the Coin Show podcast. We appreciate and love each and every one of them. So at this point, you're probably saying to yourself, wow, being a patron sounds really cool. How do I become a patron of the Coin Show? Well, it's super easy to do. Go to www.patreon.com/coinshow. You can make a one-time donation, or you can support the podcast every month. There are different levels to fit any budget. We appreciate support on any level. If you do become a patron by going to www.patreon.com/coinshow, you can see and hear a lot of things before we release them to the rest of the world. But however you happen to consume our podcast, we do it all for you, all of you. So go to our website or our social media pages, share your thoughts with us, send us an email, tell us how we can improve your podcast experience and make it the best coin podcast that you've ever heard. So for The Coin Show, I'm Mike.
And I'm Matt.
And I'm out of breath.
Again?
We'll talk to you next time on The Coin Show.
All right. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.